Welcome back to Boat Fools, everybody. Thanks for tuning in last week. Thanks for tuning in this week. This week we're aiming high. We're shooting for the stars. We're looking at the top 10 sailboats currently for sale in the great state of Maine for less than $80,000. And there's some real tremendous boats on this list, and it's a varied list. So stick around and check it out. Now, I understand this is a higher price point. However, inventories are up, and I think that's going to put downward pressure on pricing. So I think there's some deals to be had. Furthermore, it is almost May. Boats are going in the water. Sellers are going to get anxious. Me, on the other hand, I'm so excited I could dance a jig. We go in June 2nd. We have a ton of work to do, but it's coming right up. So in terms of inventory, Maine, and this is an interesting fact, has the 6th highest number of used sailboats on the market, according to Yacht World, in the entire country. That becomes behind California, Washington, Maryland, Massachusetts, and New York. We're in good company, guys and girls, and there's some deals to be had. There are a lot of boats out there, and that does not include Craigslist or other sources. So let's take a look at this list. There's some exciting boats here, and get fired up. Spring and sailing is here. Let's go. All right, let's rock and roll. We got a lot of boats to cover here today. So coming in at number 10 is a 1998 Corsair 28-footer, hull number 48. This is a trimaran. You can trailer this boat. Its list price is $53,000. You can coastal cruise. You can rip up a race course. It does have a head. It does have an outboard. These are very fast boats. They're very stable, very fun to sail. I think the good folks at YouTube channel Sailing Solianis just got one of these or something very similar. But this thing looks like a rocket ship, and I bet it goes like a rocket ship. All right, so a trimaran, 1998 Corsair 53,000. And moving on to number 9 is a 1986 Pacific Seacraft 34, list price of $59,500. Now look, the pictures on this are horrific, but I'm going to whip through these. It looks like it needs a good amount of elbow grease, but it is a Pacific Seacraft. You're going to get some value out of this boat, and if she is seaworthy and passes a survey, and there is a recent survey available, this boat could take you around the world. The interior photos do suggest that at least the interior looks to be in good shape, and I'll show you one here in a second if I can get to it fast enough. It is clear and not fuzzy like the rest of these. But anyway, it is Pacific Seacraft quality. Here you go. And so the interior does look decent. Exterior definitely needs some sweat equity and elbow grease. All right, so that is number 9. And coming in at number 8 is a Brewer Dolphin 43, list price of $79,000. Okay. This is a high priced boat on our list, and I can't find out a ton of information. I assume it's a Ted Brewer design, and any of my viewers out there who know more about this boat, I'd love to hear it, because it's really tough to try to track down any history on this boat. But per the photographs, she looks to be, she's got the teak decks, she looks to be in decent shape, and this boat is a world cruiser based on what I can discern from the information on it. And it looks to be well loved and maintained. The joinery looks good. It's located in Harpswell, Maine, and it looks like it does need some updating. But by and large, this boat, there's too many photos to go through, but this boat looks very intriguing. And again, not a lot of information on it, but it is located in Maine, and it is a world cruiser. I guess it's been down in the Philippines. Cutter rig, and you've got a bimini and sail covers, and it looks like a wind vane back there. It looks like you could take this boat anywhere. And I would love to know more about this boat. So if any of you have information on it, I would love to know the history and what the story is behind it. Okay, so it is a 1991 43 Brewer Dolphin 43, list price of $79,000. It was originally priced at $109, and it has come down. Worth taking a look, see if there's a survey. All right, so coming in at number 7, again, another Sabre on our list. This is a 1985 Sabre 32. It's just been on the market for 5 days. List price of $37,500. Engine hours is 1,600. This boat has been well maintained and loved. It's got a stack pack, Dodger. Down below looks perfect. and you got a spinnaker, and the spars have been painted. You got new standing rigging apparently, and the gel coat looks to be in great shape. I'm trying to think. Yeah, the mast was recently painted in 2022. New standing rigging as of 2022. All maintenance records are available, and they have a pre-purchase survey available for serious buyers. This is worth a close look, ladies and gentlemen. This is a Maine-made Sabre 32, and it looks to be in cherry condition. I would take a close look at this. It just came on the market, and I bet it goes fast. All right, making our list for the first time, coming in at number 6 is a 1988 J37, list price of $65,000. It is, I think, a FSBO. It's in Elliott, Maine. These boats are fast. This is, as you can see here, decked out for racing. So if you're intrigued in doing a little racing, intrigued by doing some racing, this might be a close, a boat you should take a close look at. It looks to be in decent shape. I wouldn't say it's in Bristol condition. But it doesn't look bad. They've got some covering on the cushions here. I don't know if they're stained and they're covering with blankets or whatnot, but it would be worth taking a close look at this if you like J-boats. These things have stood the test of time. They're fast, and you can perf race this and tear up the race course, or you can cruise on it. And she looks to be in good condition. Not excellent condition, but I'd say high average to good condition. And not sure why they're showing a close-up of this, but it might be worth asking. They might just be doing close-up shots. But folding prop, her name is Bonsai. You've got a motivated seller. So I would, if you're, it's got a, here we go. It was repowered in 2014, and the engine only has approximately 700 hours on it. That is worth its weight in gold. So motivated seller, I would be taking a close look at this if you're interested in racing and you love J-boats. This could be a deal, and since it's a FSBO and the seller is motivated, you might take a close look at this and make a lowball offer. All right, coming in at number 5. Is that right? 4, 3. Yeah. Coming in at number 5 is another J-boat. This is a 1988 J-boat 34C. List price of $58,000. She's located in Rockland, Maine. She's offered by Lyman Morse Yacht Brokerage, so she is broker represented. This is a sweet boat, and if I had the kind of budget, I would be taking a really close look at this one. This one looks like it's in great shape, more decked out for cruising than racing, which is what the C is for, and it looks like it's just been really well maintained. It looks like you could use some waxing and buffing on the decks here to clean it up, but the down below looks slick, looks comfortable, and electronics look decent, maybe a little dated, but not a bad choice for a boat overall. And you're going to get some good performance out of this too, so you could race it, and you could just have fun cruising this thing along the Maine coast. Engine hours, I don't think it says. Get rid of this. But let's see if there's anything else we can show. Oh, beep. There we go. 1,700 hours on the engine. Not bad. And again, just a handsome boat. I would take a look at her and see if there's a survey available, and take a close look at this one, especially if you want something that's going to be leaning more towards performance, but also cruising. So you're going to get there faster. All right. Coming in at number 4 is a 1981 Nodder Swan, and she's 37 feet and list price of $69,000. This thing's been on the market for a while, and I'll show you some hull pictures in a second, but the thing that caught my attention, which it may be why it's been on the market, it looks like they had the faux teak decking put on. It looks like it's bubbling a little bit here on the coach roof. But it is a Swan, and again, you can see this here and there. It looks like it's bubbling, so that's not real teak. It's been added. I would find out what's going on with that, if it can be removed or repaired or replaced. But I want to just get through these pictures because I want to show you that she's a beautiful boat. Classic Swan lines, the blue and the white, the boot top and cove stripe. and the coach roof stripe. I love the looks of this boat. This seam here is typical. It's where the keel is attached with the through-hole bolts there. That's nothing to worry about, but I would see if there's a survey. But she was obviously sailed down to Florida, but she's down in Boothbay, Maine, and she's a pretty boat. And you're buying the Swan quality, and if I had the bucks, I would be taking a close look at this one because it's a classic design that's going to stand the test of time. It is offered through Gray and Gray Yacht Brokerage, and she still is available, and I love this boat. Iconic racer, iconic cruiser, iconic lines, and just so sweet. All right. Coming in at number 3 is another Sabre. This one's just come on the market through East Coast Yacht Sales. It's a 1984 Sabre 34, list price of $59,500. Like I just said, it's broker represented, so not sure how much wiggle room there is here. But this boat is cherry, and that's a high price for a Sabre 34, and I do believe it's because it does have all the bells and whistles, not the least of which is a bimini, davits for your dinghy, and it looks like it's been well maintained. It's got nice teak accents. The down below looks mint. Cushions look good. Probably the original cushions, if I had to guess, based on the Sabre I'm familiar with. But this is, you got a roller furling main. Looks like you've got a life raft. You got roller furling jib. And again, you got the Bimini, Dodger, and dinghy davits. I love this boat. It's the 34 Mark 1. See if there's any other information, other details. I hate this thing. I think that's probably enough to get you going, but let's see. Oh, here we go. In 2020, the original engine was removed by Portland Yacht Services and replaced with a Beta Marine 30 horsepower diesel. It's got low hours on that since it was replaced in 2020. So there's a laundry list of things that have been done to this boat, including new standing rigging in 2019, new mainsail in 2019, new Genoa in 2019, all this stuff. It goes on and on and on. This boat is loaded for bear, and you could take it anywhere, take it down to the islands, take it coastal cruising, and do some blue water sailing, whatever you want to do on this boat. It's a beautiful boat, and it's been lovingly maintained. Obviously, they've done some offshore stuff. They got some jack lines rigged up here on deck. Worth a really close look. So that's number 3 this week. All right. Coming in at number 2. Now, this is a bit of a strange duck, and I did a little digging on this. It is a Grampion 46, which was a Bill Tripp Jr. design, not Bill Tripp III. And it was originally a 41-footer, and they stretched it to a 46. It originally had, not this particular boat, but in general. And the hull came with 2 centerboards, and this one's been modified to a solid encapsulated keel. And it's a Bill Tripp design, Grampion built in Canada, and this is a cool boat. I'm sorry for the pictures, but it's a yawl, and it is a world cruiser. It is list price of $69,500, 1970. I don't understand what the Franz Moss bit of this is, because he's also a designer, but this is a Bill Tripp design, so it's a little bit confusing. And I did some digging, and if it is a Grampion 46, which it suggests it is, then it's a Bill Tripp Jr. design. But anyway, this boat is cool. You could take this around the world. It looks like it has an outdated stove there, but the joinery and work down below, the craftsmanship looks top notch, and I just think you could have some fun with this boat, and with a little sweat equity and updating, this thing would be ready to take you around the world, and you would be turning heads wherever you go. And it's got the Bill Tripp legacy to it. I believe he died in 71 in a car accident, but it looks like a big, comfortable cockpit, and you got a windlass. It's got a cutter rig with the yawl set up, so you've got lots of sail options here, and configurations you can do. And I love the shear lines on this. I know the pictures aren't great, but it's a pretty boat. And here it is under sail, chugging right along. I think this thing would be a great performer. And it looks like that might be a Perkins Yes, Perkins diesel on that, so that's a win. So offered by Grand Gray Yachts. It is a Grampian 46. That's how you're going to find it under sailboatdata.com. You're not going to find it under Bill Tripp or Franz Maas. Look under Grampian, Grampian. And this is a slick boat. Check it out. That's number 2 this week. It's unusual. It's cool. It's pretty. It's got great lines. I would love to own this boat. Okay, coming in at number 1, guys and girls, is a 1964 Hinckley Standard Sloop, new all-grip topsides of the beautiful Hinckley green. This boat is listed at $72,500 for a Hinckley. Built in Southwest Harbor, Maine. This boat is a stunner. Number 1 this week. Wow, I love this boat. If I had this kind of cash, this is the one I'd want. It has the roller furling main, roller furling jib, and Dodger, and it is the Hinckley. What's her length on this? Gosh, she is 41. 41-foot sloop, and she is a stunner. Wooden helm. I don't know what's going on with the cushions. I think they're wrapped for off season because she was undercover. But you've got the Hinckley pedigree, and this can be raced. It can be cruised. And it is just a lovely, lovely boat. And it's a Hinckley. We haven't had one on our list before because the price points are usually too high. But I had to add it this week because it is available. It is a Hinckley. It is beautiful. You would have this boat for the rest of your life and turn heads in the process. Look at that helm. My God. Anyway, number 1 this week is a 1964 41-foot Hinckley sloop. And it looks like she's in good to very good condition. Again, obviously a survey would be needed, but it looks like there have been some updates made along the way, and she is a full keel. Your prop is protected in here, so you're not going to pick up a lot of pots, and she looks like she's ready to rock and roll. And the top sides, like I said, have been recently all gripped, and she is a head turner. All right, thanks for tuning in this week. We'll see you next week.